Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, Billy Corgan's NWA. And we are here for our pay-per-view, Nothing for Something. Nothing from Something, sorry. Which will be a 2-hour pay-per-view that we're going to be running with a whole host of interesting things in it. And of course, it will be leading into, I believe, the final episode of Starrcade, in which we're going to redo all of our booking from there and probably do 2 events a month, change the format a little bit. We do have our own wrestling venue now that we're going to be running. But first, let's deal with all this drama. So Ryback's still a negative influence, but everyone else is doing better. Our backstage ratings back up to 62%, which is good. Let's see what this locker room incident is, though. Ryback and Corey Hollis. Ryback was being obnoxious and eventually beat up Corey Hollis after a fight broke out between them. Man. Dude. That is not cool. You know what? I'm going to suspend you. Oh, I can't. I feel like I should just fire him. I don't want people beating up my workers in the backstage. I could fine him. I have plans for Ryback, but if he's going to be this obnoxious, no, I'm going to fine him. It's an unhappy decision, calling it soft. Well, I kind of agree too, but I'm using him more than you, Corey. Sorry. Brian Hebner turned up late. Yeah, you're fine. Stern warning. It's not the end of the world. All right. Do another rib? Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. This is what you get for this. Ryback. Was Morales happy now? Oh, I don't want to... Nah, elaborate plot. I'm not going to do that to him. No, here's what I'm going to do. I want to medal Corey, Ryback. Be happy together, okay? Can we make amends here? No. Okay, that's fine. We're back down to 58%. Everyone's fighting. Everyone's upset. Pick our CW broadcaster. They are doing our pay-per-views. Now I gotta select. Oh, wow. We're going to have 2,500 people are expected. Well, I don't want to book my my own thing because that's more people than I'm actually expecting. Shit. What's the best venue? Stevens Stadium. God, maybe I made it too small. Well, let's see. God. 2,700. All right. Well, let's pick it, I guess. Damn. All right. Well, let's book the show. We'll be right back. All right. So I'm back in between of booking this to show you guys an interesting predicament. So within 1 week of simming, everyone's working somewhere else now. This spot was open up till a day ago. And now everyone's somewhere else. I have no one to run this show. Cody, Dalton, Jimmy, Adam, Brandy, Sammy, Will Ospreay. So there's going to be some deviations to this plan because apparently they decided to change their own booking from me. This is crazy. Like, where are you guys working now? It won't even tell me from this, I think. Where did you join up? Like, they were all free literally a day ago. Is it Defiant? Maybe Dragon Gate's touring? Oh, it's so frustrating. Like, I cannot book anything at any time without them screwing up my plans. I can't even look at my schedule to see. All right, well, we're going to have to do some creative booking to figure this predicament out. So when you come back, I guess, cards subject to change, right? Let's go ahead and see what we can do with this. All right, guys, and we are back. Let's take a look at this trash fire to see if we can salvage the wreckage of this this pay-per-view. So we start off with a opener to have to address the elephant in the room. Enzo Amore comes out with the show with a promo, and he tells the audience that his opponent was unable to be here. He says it's not because of a scheduling conflict or a missed flight. It's because Enzo is afraid, or it's because Cody is afraid of Enzo, because he doesn't really care about anything other than himself. He doesn't care about the belt. He doesn't care about the match. He doesn't care about the NWA. He's just a spoiled brat, new indie darling, and he's afraid of Enzo, the real champion. As such, no main event. Goodbye. Sorry. All sales are final. No refunds. Before being able to exit the ring, Billy Corgan comes out and corrects him. He says the belt must be on the line tonight, regardless of what other problems had occurred. And as such, the next in line for the contendership will face him for the championship, which in this case will be Ryback. Enzo looks very upset about this revelation, but has no choice but to agree. Got to show off a great start, got the crowd hotter. Enzo was a real star in this segment, and Billy Corgan looked lost out there. Not surprising, but there we go. So we do not get the Cody match that we deserve. Instead, we get the Ryback Enzo match, but that should be fine, I guess. The announcers also put over the fact that a new hire, Ronda Rousey, straight from her UFC days, is making her wrestling debut. People seem to like that, and she will be up next, in fact. And she makes a very elaborate entrance. She gets her debut of a legitimate athlete, and she's warmly welcomed into the crowd as a new star for the NWA. And she has a match with Julia Ho, a former MMA crossover as well. They have a decent match, but had subpar wrestling. Ronda defeats Julia in 7 minutes with submission with an armbar. So we know Ronda's much better in the ring, according to this game, than Julia Ho. So that makes sense. But pitting two former MMA people together seemed like the right move for the premiere of Ronda Rousey in the NWA. All right. And then afterwards, Ronda takes a mic. She shakes Julia's hand, and she wants to thank all the fans for her warm welcome. She's doing a true babyface thing. She's saying, I've always wanted to be a wrestling champion. I've always wanted to be, in professional wrestling all my life. And I remember watching the NWA as a child. I remember watching Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. And it's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to be wrestling for the NWA. And she says that she's going to be watching the results of the women's championship match next very closely. So, good. So, CCC, all good around there. Great bump there. Then we have a promo. Tyler Bate comes out, as he always does, and says, I'm still a fighting champion. There's still a match that needs to be had. I've not been defeated by anybody yet, and I'm issuing an open challenge to anyone who wants to face for this title. And we do not want to pre-book. And then out comes PJ Black, a cruiserweight in his own right, and says he will gladly take the open challenge. They shake hands, and they prepare for their match. PJ Black was very underwhelming. I feel like he's a little understated in this. I'm kind of shocked, but I don't know, maybe I'm overvaluing him. Let's go ahead and take a look at the match. No, I do not want a pre-book. A D, not horrible. We've seen better out of Tyler. Though, yeah, PJ Black is only rated as a 33. So, Tyler Bates defeats him in 7 minutes with a quick roll-up. Makes defense number 6 of his title. It was a high-spot match, but didn't really get any... And we scripted it out. No other things. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't any more information for this, but, fine. It's a fine match. Tyler retains the title. They had a good match together. Not bad. Nothing much to say about that. Number 6 is getting up there in his defenses. And then we have the championship match with Candice LeRae and Tenille. In a decent match, Candice retains the title by defeating Tenille in 12 minutes with a balls plex. Makes defense number 1 of the title. Got the crowd buzzing. I gotta get rid of that heel turn from Tenille. I keep on forgetting. They're pretty evenly matched, with Candice having a slightly better in-ring performance than her, which is one of the reasons why I kept her as a champion, even though I like Tenille as a character more. But that's what we got. So we're obviously looking at a face versus face dynamic going forward with Ronda versus Candice, which will probably be pretty good and pretty interesting. Tenille is improving her flying skills. That's awesome. Cool. 46 ain't bad. So this is just a nothing match, and obviously a rating shows. I just wanted to get some people on here, and I wanted to... Corey's upset with me after that booking, so I actually decided to... After not the booking, but the fight with Ryback. So I actually had him take a win here with a couple other lower mid-carders. It's a ladder match, just a fun nothing match with Brian Pillman, Rory Gulak, and Icarus. Corey defeats all of them, retrieves the item. I don't know what it was, but he won it. And, he got the win. So it was a cool down match. Calm him down a little bit for what's coming up later. They do okay. It's not great, but Rory's improving in Rumble. Brian Pillman's improving in performance. It's great. So, I expected a little bit better, but that's fine. Hopefully, Corey's, feelings will be a little bit, the booking of him to win, hopefully, will mitigate his upsetness. So, good heat, decent wrestling. We cooled him down a bit for this match. We had him I think we had him booked to be a spectacle. So, Nick Aldis defeats Chuck Taylor in 17 minutes by pinfall and wins the North American title. 54C, not bad. Nick Aldis is better as her in-ring performer than Chuck Taylor. Yeah, we had them script it to kind of really maximize it. They're not strong enough in terms of psychology to do a... none of my performers really are to do a calling in the ring right now. So I wanted to script it, really allow that spectacle to play so we don't get any penalization for being kind of, I don't know, not clicking out there. Not bad, though. Actually better than I kind of thought it was going to be. So that's awesome. And now Nick Aldis has a belt. He's a North American champion now. And finally, in our main event, it doesn't do great, but has fantastic heat, though, and good wrestling. Enzo defeats Ryback in 14 minutes with a pinfall, following interference from Mike Verna. During the match, we also had Rex Lawless run in and attack Ryback, and makes defense number 6 of his title. Ryback's a much better performer than him. Actually, not by that much. Crowd's buzzing, though. They were happy with it. And then we end the show with a little go-home for Ryback, where he gets to absolutely decimate Mike Verna and Rex Lawless in the ring. He came out of this looking excellent, which is not surprising. Helps him kind of boost up from that loss a little bit. And Enzo, of course, sneaks away with the belt and avoids punishment as his lackeys take the beating. And that is the end of the show. Better than I thought it would be. I'm still very, very upset with the scheduling and where everyone else is. I can't believe what happened there within 1 week. Absolutely ridiculous. It definitely changed a lot of the plans. But I think Ronda's appearance went well. A lot of the matches seem pretty strong, so not bad. We'll make a speech. Let's put it as a good example. Ronda, praise for great performance. And who else do we want to do? Let's bump up Brian Pillman a little bit. Point him out as a good example. Everyone's good. Please, 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 or all be pleased. We could use the bump. Could definitely use a little bit of that bump up there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here what we got. 0.01, not great. We got only 8,000 from pay-per-view sales, but 58,000 ticket sales. Not bad. So, and morale, Nick, what are you upset about? What could you possibly be upset about right now? So, okay, here's what I want to see, first of all, is what the hell happened with my calendar. They were fine. I know Cody's doing Dragon Gate, so what was he doing that week? So he's doing Dragon Gate. Okay, so week 4 now, New Japan, no one's available. And week 2, Saturday, no one's available. All right, so we're going to have to do Sundays. It seems like Sundays, everyone's free. No problem, except for Borash. Actually, speaking of which, because you're going to be completely useless to me now if you're not available. So, I need to fire you. I need to get rid of you. I'm trying to remember how to get rid of them. But I no longer need you in my roster. Negotiate. No. I know there's a way to do this. Why do I not remember how to do this? But I was in talking to him. And I want to give him time off. I want to fire him. We just did this a while ago, too. Why am I having such a hard time remembering where to fire him from? Contract? There it is. Okay. Derp, 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 derp. All right. So we're going to release him. We don't need him anymore. So my main event scene right now is fake. So here's another problem that we got going on is we only have three main eventers really, because Nick is, while he's a main eventer, is kind of running the North American title. We're kind of giving him a belt, giving him something to do. Ronda is actually a women's division main eventer. We might need another one. So let me know what you guys think. Who else do we need? I mean, we have a bloated mid card. Lower mid card's fine. Need a new not a new announcer, but new commentator. But man, I just feel like we might need more there, like one more person. Not positive. Upper seems fine. I mean, I guess it's about right, especially considering some of these are tag teams. But I don't know. Either way, we got one more Starrcade left, and then that's it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reinvent the pay-per-view structure. We're going to do 2 events. We're going to do an event that's just called Championship Wrestling as a homage to the current NWA show, which is, I think, Championship Wrestling from Las Vegas. We're going to run that. And that'll be sort of our build-up show. And then we'll do a pay-per-view at the end of the month. So there's like, I guess like 1st and 3rd or something. So we always have like 2 weeks of build. And we'll have that as a named one. It's a little bit different. I guess one will be like hour and a half long. One will be, or maybe 2 hours long, 2 hours. And then the other one will be 2.5 hours or 3 hours long or something like that. We'll figure it out. But we'll have to cram all of our booking into that one period of time, which is fine. We did it before. Hopefully that fixes some of this going on, and that'll be nice if we start to develop a little bit faster. Let's check that our visibility right now. Midwest still kind of hanging steady. Not really getting anywhere, which is a bummer. But we might have to look at who's doing our broadcasting as well for pay-per-views. I mean, they're a medium size, but is there a better option going forward? Who's willing to negotiate with us? Just CW right now. I mean, the other option is, do we not do pay-per-view style? Do we do subscription style or something else? I mean, we had Hulu, but Hulu's tiny. Twitch is tiny. All right. I mean, CW gives us the biggest viewership. Even though it's weird that they want to do a pay-per-view style. But yeah, I don't know. Well, we have it for another 7 months, so that's no big deal. And Starrcade's done in 6 days. And then, like I said, someone can figure out how to syndicate. That'd be awesome. Because I would love to get some money from this. But, all right. Well, guys, thanks for joining me. See you around.